Welcome to MXF. I am your host, Katie, on the Mrs. X Finance channel. And today, what we will be discussing is 11 things that were affordable 10 years ago that the middle class can't afford anymore. This article is from yourtango.com and published on November the 16th, 2024. Let's jump in. Number 1, owning a pet. That I do agree with, because depending on the breed you get, sometimes and by breed I mean dogs, but I mean that can go with almost anything, but I think the main one for me would be a dog. I don't own any pets. However, I do find that the potential medical costs for animals can be extremely expensive, and not only that, the liability depending on the type of breed of dog that you get. Some insurance companies, if they find out that you do have a certain breed of dog, may cancel you, so it's something that you should look out for. Number 2, family vacations. This I kind of agree with. I find that I've been looking at going online to see what vacations that potentially we could take in the near future, and I'm finding it to be very expensive in comparisons to what it was quite a few years ago. Number 3, eating out at restaurants. This has increased for sure, but again, everybody's got to make that money. Number 4, concert tickets. Now, this is not surprising at all. Obviously, everybody's familiar with Taylor Swift, and I heard the amounts of money that people were shelling out for her concert tickets. It's crazy. Like, I get it. Like, her music's great, or any musician for that matter, but like, I think it's crazy. Or like, even tickets in general. Like, have you looked up to go to an NFL game lately? Like, to get reasonable seats, or even the nosebleeds, or even in hockey. Like, I mean, who can afford it? Really? Number 5, groceries. This one, you can save money by price matching. So take a look at the grocery store that is your main one that you shop at every single week, and see if they have price matching availability there. Because if they do, the price matching can save you hundreds of dollars a year. That's what I've been doing to cut back on expenses, and it doesn't take long once you start getting into the swing of things. Number 6, secondhand clothing at thrift stores. This one, I fully agree with. I don't know if any of you are familiar with, I don't know if I'm allowed to call them out, whatever, I'm going to, Value Village. And this isn't something that has even come up over the last decade. This has been going on for a lot longer, because I'll never forget when I got my first apartment back when I was 21, which was many years ago. I saw a pair of curtains that I really liked. And then I was like, that's weird. I saw these at a store the other day, and Value Village wanted $1 more for used curtains than actually buying them new. Or I've seen, and I don't know if anybody else can attest to this, but I've seen where they'll have dollar store packaged items, and the dollar store has the price amount on it of like $1.25, and they'll be selling it for $2. So secondhand clothing stores and thrift stores, not always the greatest, but you can find some deals. Number 7, health maintenance like teeth cleaning. This one, depending on what type of coverages you have through work, or if your government offers that, majority of governments don't. So depending on where you live, but this can add up, but this is something that should not be skimped on. Let the dentist know that you don't have any private insurance, or potentially government insurance depending, and they may be able to give you a discount. I can't guarantee that will work, but nonetheless, you can always ask. Number 8, owning your home or paying rent. This one is tricky. When I got my first apartment at 21, I was paying $635 a month. It was the cutest little bachelor apartment, and I absolutely loved it. Again, 21, that was so many years ago. The last time I ended up paying rent, prior to living somewhere else, but nonetheless, I was paying about $845 a month, and that was in my early 20s. I think it was about 23, 24, and I was struggling. So yes, owning your home owning a home and paying rent, this one can be a little bit tricky, but you can do it. If your goal is to own a home, start paying off that debt, snowball method, as I've talked about, and you will be able to own a home one day. Start small, think big. Number 9, fast food meals. This one I do fully agree with. Me and my husband, we went out to McDonald's one day just to give ourselves a little treat, which I find it funny that I think McDonald's is a treat, but anyways. And the dinner was like $32. We got 2 combos. And I was like, who can afford this? So McDonald's, I'm calling you out. And not only that, the one day when I went there, they didn't even fill my drink up all the way. Or when I've gone there prior to that in the summer, I would ask for their sundaes and they wouldn't even fill the ice cream up all the way. It was like half full. But what can you do? Number 10. Appliances like air fryers and microwaves. This one, I haven't bought an air fryer or a microwave in a very long time. But well, I bought a microwave a few years ago, but this one was like the ones that you put over the stove. So I expect it to be a little bit more, but you can still find microwaves under $100. Air fryers, couldn't even tell you what the prices are. And number 11, farmers markets. This is something that I do want to get into maybe in the summer. It's currently winter where I live, so we don't have a ton of farmers markets that I'm aware of. If we do, please comment below. But I'm interested to see how much something would cost at a farmer's market. I'm assuming it would be cheaper, but I have no idea. So again, these are the 11 things that were affordable 10 years ago that the middle class can't afford anymore. Again, I am your host, Katie, on MXF, the Mrs. X Finance channel. Thank you so much for listening. Cheers to the next one.